Here we go!
Hey guys, what is up? This is GamerBlake90, proud chief of the Blue Blurs, presenting you with another video. For today's video, we're going to be looking at another submission from Stage 2021 as we take a look at Sonic 1 8-Bit Overloaded. Stage is over and done with, but there's still plenty of content left to showcase for it, at least until the Sonic hacking contest happens later this October, if I'm right, so that's not terribly far off. Now, if you're looking at this and are like, isn't this like how Sonic would look in a Nintendo game? Then you're already spot on as to what inspired the idea for this fan game. I believe this was based on a Sonic 1 ROM hack that recreates the game using the design choices of the NES, or the Nintendo Entertainment System. I haven't seen that ROM hack, nor have I played it, but I don't doubt its existence given the immensely talented fan community that we've got. Lots of crazy ideas out and about, and they managed to make them work so well that it is incredible. Like this fan game right here, which we're gonna go ahead and get into. Welcome to Green Hill Zone in 8-Bit. Although, I wouldn't get mad at anyone who started this video by saying, welcome to Super Mario World, because you look at the sky and the darkened mountains, this feels like it came from the first world in Super Mario World. But as this is meant to be a game with design choices inspired by Nintendo, you should probably expect a lot of comparisons like that. And this is still pretty cool all around. Very cool. Now, the level design for Green Hill Zone is largely identical to its Genesis counterpart, but there are some subtle differences that are easy to miss if you are not paying attention. One such difference being the increase in the amount of item boxes that can be found inside the palm trees. There are a lot of those out and about, and you should probably thank the developer for making it so, because at the moment this does not come with control support, so you have to become an able-bodied keyboard warrior, which I am not anywhere close to being. Come on, dude. This is 2021. What are we doing releasing game without controller support? Not all of us are capable of playing using the keyboard. Not all of us play League of Legends. I actually played like, what, once or twice on League of Legends and then never again because it never quite pulled me in. That's not a slight against the game, though. And to be fair, I think the developer meant to get control support into this game, but they couldn't get it ready in time for Stage, so they had to go ahead and release a demo without the control support. If that's the case, that's totally understandable, and I do hope they remember to include it in a future update, because I am not used to playing games like this at all. I absolutely need a controller, or I'm like a fish out of water. Still, this is a very fun game to play through, especially if you have fond memories of the Game Gear lineup. And yes, while this is meant to be a game based on design choice from Nintendo, this is also 8-Bit Sonic, so you can definitely expect some inspiration to be derived from the Game Gear series. Notably, the sound effects, and another zone coming up after this one that I'm sure you guys will recognize. I'm not going to name it yet though, because I want to keep that as a surprise for until we get there. Crap. I was trying to jump over that without getting spiked, but that didn't work out too well. And because of that, I can't show up a special stage just yet, but maybe in the next zone. And if you're wondering, there's up to 2 special stages included in this demo, one of which you won't be too fond of, but the other you might find somewhat intriguing given how it works. The special stages here actually function completely differently from one another, like they're taken from entirely different games. This freshens up the variety of special stages to be found in a game, and I thought that was definitely a great choice of design to go along with. And soon, you'll see what I mean, but first we need to hold on to our rings so I can make that a part of the showcase. And if you're wondering, just like in the classic Sonic games, you need 50 to get into a special stage, but at least you don't have to jump into a big ring whenever that happens. You just get to the end of the stage with enough rings on hand, and the special stage starts up, just like that. Right, so here we are at Act 2 of Green Hill Zone. And the differences in design should become a lot more apparent here, like right over here. There's a new upper route that was placed at the left, not the left, sorry, the right of this loop, if I can get on top of it, and I can. There we go, baby. Now, if that platform could come over here so I could take it, there we go. Now, I should tell you about the swings in this fan game. Generally, when they make it to one end of their swing, they'll stop for a bit before going in the other direction. But in this case, they don't slow down at all. They're constantly moving to the left and the right. So you'll have to change up your timing so you can make better use of the rope swings. Otherwise, your platforming might suffer greatly, especially in the zone coming up after Green Hill. And let me tell you, it's quite a headache. I don't think I ever played... No, I definitely haven't played Sonic 1 on the Game Gear. I have played Sonic 2, though, and my memories of that are not particularly fond ones. Alright, now, we're talking about special stages, and here we are, the first one. Surprise, surprise, it's based on the special stage design from Sonic 1. Luckily, the second one is nothing like this, and it's actually much more fun to play. Right, no, come on, get in there. There we go. Okay, this is making me nervous already, but we should be fine. They work very much like, phew, okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. They work very much like how they did on the Genesis, but the physics feel kind of different as well. I guess with this game being 8-bit, that's to be expected, but the physics don't feel entirely there for me. Like, they're somewhat forgiving, but not too forgiving. I really don't know how to explain it, so we'll just put it like this. It's not 100% like how it feels on the Sega Genesis. You'll especially notice this when you're like trying to start up your movement. It's very easy to increase speed, like very close to the startup of your movement. Like it's so easy to immediately zip in the other direction, even though you've already come to a complete stop like this. It feels a little faster than I'm used to it being. Or is it just me being crazy? Probably is, knowing me. Anyway, Green Hill Zone Act 3. So far it's largely faithful, and I pressed the wrong key and my jump did not come out. Crap. But there is a breakable wall right here where you will find a collection of items, and you'll want to make it a point to pick up as many extra lives as possible, because if you're like me and you're not used to keyboard controls, you're gonna need them. And now that we're here, I'm curious, can you get into a special stage in the boss act? Because there is a boss at the very end of this stage, just like in the original Green Hill Zone. And yo, check this out. This is actually the... Boy, go away! This is actually the invincibility music from the Sonic Advance series being used for the Speed Shoes. This was a reference I wasn't expecting at all, because this is largely a love letter to the Game Gear titles and the Nintendo console, so that was really cool. Glad it's in there. And well, I'm really getting my butt handed to me, am I? Just getting shot all over the place by these badniks hiding inside a wall instead of fighting me head on. That one was more or less my fault there. I just stood there and took it like a moron. Okay, so jump across those platforms, pick up another shield, because Lord knows we'll need it. There were design changes to Green Hill, and it's no different with the boss. You're gonna find those annoying, trust me. Is there another item in here? Oh, another shield. Not that I really needed it, because I already had one, but oh well. You know what? I got a score to settle with you. There we go. Oh, by the way, the spiked lava you'll remember from the third act is completely gone here, so that's no longer something to worry about. You can breathe a sigh of relief. And that's a mercy on part of the developer. Alright, from the way the level layout is looking, I believe we're at the boss already. And there we are! And a pity you cannot get any first hits against Eggman before the boss actually starts up. This will make this a lot more bearable for me, but instead they decided to go the route of a 2013 remake and force you to wait until the fight begins in earnest before you can get anything done. Also, the length of the boss stage has increased somewhat, and there's a lot more room for Eggman to move around and throw his wrecking ball everywhere. So, you will have to change up your positioning and the timing of your attacks to make the most of them? Wow. I was starting to expect that I would be landing on that wrecking ball the way things were going, but luck has smiled on me today, thank goodness. That is it for the Green Hill Zone, but we are not done with this demo just yet. Not even close. Like I said, there's another zone coming up after this one. I'm going to take a look at it in a little bit. I have to warn you though, it's a headache. For now though, we're going to free the flickies and clear the Green Hill Zone. And Sonic's level clear animation is quite fascinating. Oh, yo, this is a new zone. Welcome to the Bridge Zone. I think this came with Sonic 1 on the Game Gear, but it meant to be 8-bit Sonic 1, so I'm relatively certain that is the case. But be warned, you're probably not going to want to play through this stage terribly often with the way it works. Just like with Green Hill, I think my design choices here are mostly faithful, but be ready for the physics to cause you a great deal of pain while you're playing this. What is that? Oh, invincibility. Not that that's really going to help you, because as opposed to Green Hill Zone, there are a lot of bottomless pits scattered about these levels. And remember when I talked about earlier about how it's so easy to start moving immediately when you're just turning around? You'll see what I'm talking about when you use these catapults. It can become quite easy to fall off them when you're trying to reposition yourself to make sure you aren't staying too close to the edge. And it becomes a lot easier to fall to your death as a result. Either that or just suck using keyboard controls, and I find that to be very likely because I believe I already confessed to an inability to use keyboard controls. Alright, I'm gonna have to get rid of you guys because I cannot have you disrupting my momentum in any way. Especially not now! I can't mess up here. Alright, that's it for the first act. Whew! That went by a lot faster than I thought it would. Thank goodness. But just like with Green Hill Zone, there are 3 acts in total for the Bridge Zone, so we're far from done with our suffering. Bridge Zone Act 2, here we come. I think one of them was actually a side-scroller stage, was it? Because if it was, then you can rest easy because it doesn't exist here. There's no side-scrolling stages to worry about, but one thing you do have to worry about is how well you time your rolls to take out these particularly annoying badniks with spikes all over their back. Tried to roll into him to get rid of him, but the thing is, that's very dangerous to do here given how small the platforms are. And there are collapsible bridges coupled with spike beds. I completely failed to notice that spike bed over there. Well, I'm doing really good today, aren't I? Oh gosh, why did it have to be so trolly and include that spring right there? Like, come on, you're trying to make us hate the game at that point. Can I get the camera to go lower? Oh, I thought there were items down below that bridge. There are some cases where you will find collectibles underneath the collapsible bridges. That one was not one of them though, so thank goodness I didn't make the mistake of jumping down there to check anything, right? Is there anything right here? Oh, that was a flower. Right above the spike bed! I almost got poked again! This is so trolly. Why? Why did this stage exist? And why did my roll come out? Why did my roll come out? Come on, come on, come on! Thank you! See, gotta make this jump! There we go! Oh great, sinking platforms. That's just what I needed today. Got a shield, and that should be, yep, that's invincibility. And there's a checkpoint. Now, something to note about the checkpoints is that they work a little weirdly. Like, they'll work as normal after you touch them, but when you die and you respawn from a checkpoint, you have to reactivate the checkpoint afterward, which is a little weird, and should it be even necessary for them to be like that? They'll probably get changed up in an update, but I'm not using checkpoints requiring a reactivation after use. You see what I mean? It's a little bit too easy to start your movement up, and sometimes that can be to your detriment. It kind of reminds me of, well, that was entirely my fault. I'm not even going to blame the game that time. But it kind of reminds me of how the fact that Sonic Global Blast 2's movement was a little too free flow. Like, it was so easy to start up at points that it could just be to your detriment. If you see my playthrough of the game already, you know what I'm talking about. And I do plan to post more videos about Robo Blast 2 because there's still some extra content that I've yet to show off, like the Azure Temple Zone. Those are going to be some good times, aren't they? Oh boy. Okay. Now, something to note, you will need to use these catapults multiple times to maximize your launch height, so something to keep in mind there. Whew, thank goodness. That's it for the second act. The sooner we get the bridge zone over with, the better. And that reminds me, I haven't shown off the third special stage yet. Now I'm quite worried, but don't worry. If I don't manage to show it off in this playthrough, I'll just add an extra clip where I do play through it. So, fret not, it's gonna show up, one way or another. For now though, we got one more act to go through before I find salvation. I really hate the layout in this stage. It is such a headache! At times I'm relieved that my childhood wasn't tainted by memory of the Game Gear library. Well, at least Sonic 1 and 2. They might have eased up on the merciless level design in later Sonic titles like Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble, but I wouldn't know that for sure, because though I had a copy of Sonic Triple Trouble as a child, I'd lost my Game Gear around that time, so I didn't get to find out how good of a game it was. At least up until I played Noah Copeland's 16-bit remake, which was a fun experience, so now I can't wait to play the genuine article. The catapult right there, let's take it up to the top. Oh crap, I got too careless and that cost me. It's a good thing I've been making it a habit to pick up a lot of extra lives while playing this fan game. Because right now we have 5 lives. That's a pretty generous amount for just being this early on in the game, but right now, my mistakes are really adding up. Crap. This is going so well, isn't it? Spoiler alert, no it isn't. 7 rings. I still need to test my theory about getting to a special stage in a boss act, so maybe now is that time. Give me enough rings out and about. Okay, let's pick that up. Yeah. It shouldn't be a surprise to find myself liking the music because it is a Sonic game. And even though it is 8-bit, the soundtrack still has that charm to it. At least I'll have some... Oh! Whoa! Yo! Invisible platforms? I didn't see these in my first playthroughs for Sonic 8-bit. Well... Might this have come from Sonic CD, or were they already in the bridge zone? Either way, nice. Well, Ah! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? I think this is where we last died. Alright. Take care of this guy, so he doesn't screw me over. I'd very much like to have his shield. Are there shields below us? Why doesn't the camera go down when I hold down? Okay, that's gotta be a gap. I dare not take my chances. Oh! Come on, give me a shield! I don't think there are any. But this boss is not going to be a pain at all. It's literally as simple as this. Wait for him to spit out what looks like octopus ink or dirt or whatever that is, and then just jump at him. He always shows up at the right side of the stage rather than the left, so it's just as simple as waiting on the right-hand platform and then going on the attack right after Eggman makes his move. Same timing with every single hit you land against this guy, so it's a pretty brain-dead process. Okay, take this. One more hit should be all we need, and hey, that is it for the bridge zone. Alright, we've taken out the boss. Will a special stage show up here? Can we get to the second special stage? I guess not. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're at the end of Green Hill Act 2 again. I had to replay the first special stage in the last act and got that one taken care of, so we should be getting the second one. And get ready for how it's gonna play out. It's nothing like the Sonic 1 stages. I believe this is actually based on the stage design from a Sonic 1 ROM hack called Sonic Burning Quest, which I plan to showcase at some point. And if you ask me, this is a pretty fun variant of the special stages. It but one hindrance to them. You've got these obstacles to move around that you absolutely cannot touch because for one they're made of spikes, so they will cause damage to you. And if you take damage, that will cost you time as well because your rings are basically your time. Essentially, this is like both Knuckles Chaotic and Sonic Mania, as I believe I just demonstrated there inadvertently. You cannot run out of time or you will be kicked out of this stage. Luckily, you don't have that time limit to worry about in the first bonus stage, but for the second one, it's a different story. And as far as whether there'll be a similar pattern for the other emeralds, I can't say for sure because those are the only special stage we got to play around with in this demo, so there's no more I can say on the subject. And with that, guys, we are done with this video. This is Sonic 1 8-bit Overloaded, and one thing I never explained was the reason why it's called Overloaded. Although this is a game that's meant to be handled by the Nintendo console, it actually surpasses the capacity limits that the Nintendo can handle. So it would actually need, at best, a Super Nintendo to run efficiently. So a little bit of a fun fact there for you guys, at least based on what I've read from the page about this game over at the Sonic Fan Games HQ website. The download link will be in the description below, guys, so make sure you go and check that out. Provided you can get used to the keyboard controls and the physics, this may make for a fun experience for you. And you can look forward to more fan game showcases coming up here and there. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, particularly my suffering throughout the bridge zone, let me know with your likes and comments down below. And to keep up my content, hit that sub button and ring that bell. Would not want y'all to miss out on anything at all. Until then guys, I'll see you all next time. And don't forget, blue blur for life. Take care.